name is Stefanie Maegan. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Because therapy is too expensive. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Hey guys, it's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And guess the fuck what?
It's still your host, Rose McAleese.
And this week, what did we even fucking talk about?
We talked about a lot. We talked
what
about,
even just happened?
I gave you guys a little bit update about my current dating and sex life. Sorry, Mom. Actually, she knows most about it, weirdly enough.
You've been raunchier, but no, this was pretty...
Demure and feminine?
Yes.
Which is also other things we talked about.
Yes.
What does it mean to be hyper-independent? What is femininity? What is masculinity? How that affects our dating life, as well as doing a little island love dump, kind of.
You're dyslexic.
Yep. Love Island dump.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we just talked about it all. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm hungry.
There we go.
I'm going to dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love you guys. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday, Brian. Broke Girl Therapy.
What are we talking about? I mean, we could always talk about...
Brian said that our episode last week was boring. And we were like just rambling on too much.
Because of the emails?
Well, because I really should have cut out that like
the AI
troll.
one.
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
to be honest, I was just too tired, and we just kept most of it in. I was just like, look, I had a lot to do this weekend.
You know what? I'm gonna say something right now to my guy Brian. This is not for anyone else, but Brian right now. I don't even know if he'll hear this. You might cut this out, but Brian, even Michael Jackson had some flops. Even LeBron James had a bad day on the basketball court.
Steph Curry, he likes Steph Curry.
Even Steph Curry has had some bad days. Okay? Not everything can be a bop. You have to...
A bop?
Yeah, not everything has to be a bop, because sometimes
I always
they
think
have to be
bop
flops.
like a when you say bop, I always think it's like
a song.
Like, you know, like the bop house, like OnlyFans. Like a
Oh.
thought. Like, I think that's like the Gen Z word for it. If you say bop, it means like a slut.
And here we were growing up with a bop being a song. You're like, oh, that's a bop. That's a
yeah,
really good song.
Oh, that's true.
See? So...
What the hell?
Yeah, what the helly?
What the helly?
But no, a bop is...
He's like, yeah, I had to turn it off. It was just like a lot. I was like,
Okay.
my feelings were hurt a little bit. I was just
See?
like, I was like, but it gets good. That second one was good. He's just like, yeah, but it just, I don't know. I was like,
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
I was like, we should, because it was good. The second half
Yeah.
of that story was great, but it did take a while to get to it. Usually I would have cut out most of it, but I was like, look, I'm tired. Y'all are just getting an uncut version.
Oh my God, that's like also, you're welcome. That's
exactly.
so cool. Get a real, it's like remember Diary on MTV?
Yeah,
this is the diary
you think you know, but you have no idea.
Yep, this is the diary of Christina Aguilera.
Oh, I was a Britney.
I was a Christina girl. I just said so much about us.
That did.
Such good times. I did hook up with that guy who has 2 kids by 2 different baby mamas. That was fun.
When was that? How was that?
Wasn't fun. Was it fun? I don't know. I shouldn't say that. When I was in Seattle. I had a tryst. I went to a wedding. Weddings does
yeah,
people
you
to
were
people.
at a wedding recently.
Yeah, I was at a wedding
Should
recently.
we just talk about this and then get it? Let's talk
Yeah.
about, how about we talk about your dating life?
It's coming back.
Okay.
Around a little bit. I downloaded Raya because I wanted to win all my FIFA brackets.
Okay.
And I have not been wrong since. Because when I download Raya, I can see who's on Raya, like from what country. And there's a lot of soccer players on there. And that's how I knew the U.S. team was going to lose. And then that's also how I know Germany was going to be sloppy that game because there were so many of them on Raya. Assistant coaches, players, all that shit, girl. Because you could do the thing where you could do like, I'm traveling, whatever things, and so I just like changed to whatever city the game is, and I'm like, why aren't people who like literally bet on games using this as statistics? Because it's like,
because you know who's out there in the streets more and probably mostly distracted.
Exactly. Like FanDuel, reach out to me. I have like the formula to help with the betting right now.
Yeah.
So I'm back on Raya, and the annoying thing about Raya is that like, one, I paid for it. Shout out to my accountant. It's a tax write-off because it's research. But I'm also like, I only paid for a month. Like I was like, I'm going to do 30 days and then cut it off. But I chose a month with 31 days to make it better. And then, but no one on Raya actually communicates. Like I'll match with all these people and then
I feel like that's all dating apps, no?
I feel like Hinge, like you can at least get a little further. Like I feel like with Hinge, if you match with like 12 people, at least like 7 to 8 will reply.
Okay.
And then 3 you can get off the app. If you match with like 12 dudes on Raya, 3 will reply and only 1.5 will get off the app. Like it's the statistics are super, super, super
because people
low.
are there just to network, I feel.
Network and also just to see who they can match with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like exclusive.
Yeah, because the amount of celebrities I see on there where I'm like, you're on here?
Like who? I guess maybe you're not allowed to say, huh?
But that's the thing, though, is that like you're not allowed to screen grab.
Okay.
But I mean, like,
But I don't want to get you kicked off of Raya.
I don't. It's totally fine. I mean, the one that always is super funny is that BJ Novak is on there, but I feel like BJ Novak is on Raya, but doesn't know that his account's still going. Do you know what I
shit!
mean?
Okay.
Like I feel like there's some people that are on Raya that just have forgotten
that they're still on there.
that they're still on Raya.
Yeah.
You know? Like I think John Mayer is still on there, but I'm pretty sure he's in a relationship, but I don't think his account's like
or maybe it's
active.
Fake. But no, but they have
you
to
have
like,
to verify yourself.
Yeah.
But when I went back to Seattle, I went to one of my oldest friends, Nathan's wedding. Shout out to Nathan and Hannah. That was the cutest little wedding ever. It was so sweet. It was so much fun. Got to see everyone in high school. I met one of Nathan's like college buddies. We kind of hit it off. We had like a little flirting thing. We like made out a little bit. I know, it was cute little like tryst or whatever. And then he was like, come back with me to my hotel. And I was like, no, I'm going to go home. He was cute. Yeah, he was adorable.
Wait, so he was
Nathan's college like friend growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, so they went to Nathan went to college in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Question mark?
Question mark.
Question mark. He went to college somewhere. And then I met this guy, we'll call him the frat bro. And we like, had a little cute little makeout.
Did you have sex?
No, we just had a little cute little makeout. And we've been texting.
When was the last time you had sex?
A few nights ago.
With who?
This man we will call Duke. Duke.
Is he royal?
Feels like it. Duke is a friend of a friend. I met him at a friend's birthday party. We really hit it off. We just it was like one of those things that I could tell that he was like really drunk early on in the evening. And then as he sobered up, he was like, he came up to me and he was like, I heard you're sober. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to drink a lot of water because I like want to actually have a conversation with you, which I thought was super sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And like we had a really like fun little moment.
Was it a one night stand?
Kind of. I mean, like
Was
texting.
it the first time you guys had sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, shout out to my friend Kenzie who like officiated it. She was just like, oh my God, you should totally like give him a ride to his hotel. Like, he's not that far from us, whatever. And so, yeah, I gave him a ride to his hotel, went to his hotel, and I was very shocked because he was like, he was so sweet. He's like a very gentleman. And I even told him like after we had sex, I was shocked. I was like, wow. I was
like, oh, you were such a nice guy, but now it's like you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and he was like
in a good way.
Yes. And he was like a good 6'3". He was super tall. He picked me up. I know. It was crazy. And I remember
And you're tall as fuck.
I know.
For any of those who don't know.
I'm 5'11".
And I am 5'3".
Yes.
Or 5'4". In between somewhere.
You carry 5'8", and in heels mentally, I think you're 6 feet. Because there's so many times where I feel like you just carry so tall.
I mean, everyone always says that. They're like, oh, wait, you're so much shorter than I thought you would be. But I think it's because you guys see me sit down and I have a long torso.
Yes. And I just have long legs.
Me and Jess are the same height, but when we sit next to each other, because her torso's smaller, yes, she sinks in a little bit more. But when we stand up, we're literally the same height. Yes. Basically the same height.
Exactly. And then when you guys wear heels and I'm standing next to you, I feel so weird because I'm like you're super tall, friend. I'm like, I can literally put my arms on your guys' heads and just be like,
yeah, no, literally
friends.
you can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, my girls, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so this man was tall and we were like making out and I was just like, I just have to say something right now. I say that I don't care about height, and he like interrupted me. He goes, it really matters, doesn't it? I go, it changes everything.
It just feels nice. Especially like, look, I'm not a height girly only because everyone most of the
is
time is taller than
you.
me.
Yeah.
But like, I hate when most girls are like, oh my God, he has to be 6 feet. It's like, bitch, you're 5'3".
Everyone's 6 foot to you.
Yes. But like, it makes sense to being a tall girl to be like, actually, it's really nice to have a tall, like that makes sense.
Yes. I mean, I feel like oh my God, the last 3 dudes that I've hooked up with have been taller, which has been a nice little change of pace. But like normally, you know, I don't really care about that. But with Duke, I was like, oh wow, like, this is nice. It was lovely. And he was like quite the gentleman and like really like just.
What positions did you do? I don't know why I need to take the picture. Well, first, like, how does he look like? Because I'm a visual person. Like, every time someone tells me about a guy they fucked or dating, I'm like, I want to know what they look like. But don't obviously give away too much. What's
so crazy though is, God, wait, his celebrity lookalike he gets a lot is young Tupac. But like, think of like, you know those like videos of Tupac when he was like a kid with Jada Pinkett Smith? It's that Tupac, like a baby face looking Tupac. He gets that. And I was like, I can kind of see it. He's 32?
Okay.
33?
So age appropriate.
Yeah. Age appropriate.
Not that you date.
No, I don't try. I try not to.
But yeah, at least someone in their 30s is what I mean by age appropriate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's 6'3", 6'4", super athletic. Like he used to play. He like really thought he was gonna go. Like he actually had the chance to like go to the NBA and was gonna play basketball, and then like actually was one of those guys that had a legit injury. Like all of his friends were like, no. He was like tracked to do it. And yeah, he was just like, so very basketball built, like where it's like very tall, but you can see that it's kind of like
hanging over.
Yeah, a little bit like where he's like trying to make himself small. And I was like, roll back your shoulders, show your titties, like be proud of your height, sir. Very sweet, very kind, remembered everything I said in our conversations. When we got to his hotel room, you could tell that he was just very much like, just because you're here doesn't mean we're going to have to hook up. And, you know, I was like really trying to, I'm being smarter about who I'm hooking up with.
Yeah.
And but I have to say is when he picked me up, he just pinned me against the wall.
Hot.
Girl, it was wild. I was like, and it was like one of those things where I was like gripping like a koala bear for dear life because I was like, there's no way you can hold me. And then he just was like, I'm an athlete. Just relax. And I was like, okay. And I like really relaxed. And I was like, I am pressed up against this wall. This is crazy, dog.
Cute.
It was nice. I was treated like a little princess.
I was going to say, there's something about being like carried and sprung around and makes you feel like feminine.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh, you could carry me and throw me. Like, I feel like a dainty little girl.
A petite lady.
Exactly.
Yes. Like he was going to curtsy afterwards.
Yes.
You know? It was just like, madame, you know? And that's what he did. And then we pressed it against the window. And then he laid me on the bed and he went down on me for a very long time, which I always am like, you know, me, I'm like, you don't have to, you know, but it
please,
was,
but
please keep going. But here's the thing that I've realized recently is how many men are being told that moaning is very feminine and not attractive, because this is the second dude, the guy that I hooked up with in Seattle, who, you know, has told me he had like a crush on me forever and has always wanted to hook up with me. But we hook up and that man has ghosted me. I've not heard from him. It's really no skin off my nose. I just, again, am that person where I'm like, you don't need to tell me you have a crush on me for me to sleep with you.
Right.
I'm easy. So I don't need you to like have a fake story. Do you know what I mean?
Right, like you don't need to do all that.
No,
like,
just
you
be
already
nice.
got me. We're gonna fuck. Like all the extra fluff, it's just not needed.
It's too much, and just be honest and respectful. And this guy, we will call him. Oh God, what is it? Because I feel like Seattle people are gonna put this 2 and 2 together if I don't give it a weird enough nickname. I'm just gonna call him Jack. That makes more sense to me. So Jack in Seattle, who I hooked up with. He, I've known him for years, told me he has things. After we had sex, he literally was like, can I be your Seattle boyfriend? And I was like, absolutely not. And I was like, what? That's so weird.
Yeah.
And then I like kind of giggled because I was like, that's not what you want. Like, you don't want to have to be this guy that like sits and waits for me when I come to Seattle. Like, we could still be friends. Like, this was fun. Like, I feel like if you do come to LA and visit your friends or
I feel like from what my takeaway is that he just is like, you could hit me up when you're in town and we could fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need the title of like boyfriend. Seattle boyfriend.
I think you're just scared of that term, even though I don't think that's what he meant.
Thank you for saying that.
Like, I think you heard boyfriend and just started twitching.
Yeah, I
and
did.
It's just like, I think he just meant like you could hit me up and we could just fuck.
Oh, dude, I literally, like, my mouth went dry and my
eye
was like...
it's like, yeah, you're like, a boyfriend. You're like, yeah.
No,
like, I don't think he actually meant it like that from my takeaway, unless I'm wrong.
No, I know. I think it was one of those things where I was like, that's not funny.
Yeah, like, don't you dare just throw around the boyfriend title.
Well,
yeah,
because it's also one of those things where I was like, I have not heard from you, bro. So, like, why would you even, like, we could just be, let's be honest. Sometimes I am the girl in which you dap after you have sex.
So do you think that was his dap? It's just the term boyfriend scared you?
I think so.
And that's why he didn't respond. He's like Seattle boy, meaning when you're there.
Yeah. And I did try to make an effort, like, after we hooked up. Like, he fell asleep. You know me, I can never sleep over at a guy's house. It's very difficult for me to even share a bed with a dude. So I kind of was like, you know, we had sex. We talked for a little bit, Jack and I. It was lovely. It was cool. And then he fell asleep and I, like, kissed him on the forehead and, like, went home and then, like, texted him, like, hey, that was, like, really nice. I really enjoyed it. And he was like, me too. And then I texted him the next day, like, this music, you know, I had my playlist. They always love my playlist. So he was like, can you share the playlist with me? I shared it. And then I was like, do you have any plans, like, tomorrow? Nothing. And I was like, hey, well, I'm flying out. Like, do you want to get coffee? Nothing. And then I just haven't texted him back.
He just sucks.
Yeah. And I think and it's weird because our mutual guy friend was like, Rose.
He just sucks.
I hate to say it. He was like, call a spade a spade. That man is just trying to figure out his own shit. And I was like, that's cool. That's great. But I'm also at that point right now where I'm like, I am for sure never going to hook up with him again.
Yeah.
Because I think I've kind of gotten to that place in my life where I'm like, I don't need to people please in a weird way or keep those relationships just because I'm horny. Like, I have kept those relationships going in the past where I'm like, yeah, you ghosted me and then you hit me up because it's like the you up and I'm like, fine, I'll have sex with you. And now it's like, no, I think like we had a really good time that one time and, you know.
And that's just it.
And that's it. You know, best of luck to you, bro.
Keep it pushing. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's my maturity of it all, where I'm not mad at these guys anymore. I'm not being resentful. I'm not fucking them and leaving them. It's just like, hey, that was cool. Let's just remember good times and keep it going. Versus Duke, who was like literally just, I mean, that man was so gifted downstairs. Wildly gifted and fantastic. So aware. But both of them, because afterwards I was like, wow, you guys are kind of like, Duke got a little more louder, but I was like, to Jack and Duke, I was like, wow, both of you guys are very quiet. And they were both like, yeah, usually girls don't like moaning. And I was like, who said that?
Who you been fucking? You're right.
Who have you been fucking when I'm not in town?
Right.
Like, I'm confused because they were like, yeah, some people think it's feminine. And I was like, well, how are you moaning?
Right, exactly. Like, what do you...
But I think that's a conversation people are having
I think that's
now.
like a masculinity thing for sure. I don't know.
Because I think
I don't give a fuck. To me, I don't like you being fucking quiet. I don't like quiet fuckers. I want you to moan. I want you to talk shit. I want you to treat me like shit.
Yes.
And then tell me you love me.
Exactly. After.
Well,
yes. Take care of me afterwards.
Take care of me, yeah.
The aftercare of it all.
So, like, tell me I'm the hottest thing ever, and also tell me that I'm the biggest slut ever. Like, I want those things and moaning in between.
Yes.
You know, like, I need to hear things.
And the moaning, I mean, like, I understand, like, I think people equate moaning as, like, a girl's version of moaning, but, like, a guy, it's a grunt, it's a visceral thing. Like, I want to know that you're, like...
let loose, let it out, feel it, enjoy it.
Exactly.
And I want to know that you like this fucking thing. Like, I want to know you like this.
Leave a review while you're down there.
Yeah.
Just give
me... tell me this is great.
Tell me it's the best.
This feels great.
And what's wild...
Sometimes you have to say the words, just moan.
Just moan.
And I know.
And that was the crazy thing about Jack is that he was like, well, he was like, we had great.
He's overthinking.
He was overthinking, but we had the night before, we had great like sexual things. He even said, he was like, I'm going to talk you through it. And I was like, ooh, what girl put you onto that, basically, right? And then we have sex and I was like, when are you going to start talking? We're already halfway through it. Like, we're already halfway through the movie.
And you're somebody who like doesn't like silence.
I hate it.
Even though you're like a guy who's mute.
Mute.
But because you're talking.
Yes.
So maybe it's great that he's mute? No. But are you loud?
I mean, I'm loud in bed to an extent.
Okay.
Where I just am kind of like.
Can't be the only one that's loud. I feel like in that situation, it's like
exactly.
you want to be the only one that's like, this feels great. So I don't know where the fuck Mickey Mouse came out. That was really crazy. I don't think you sound like that in bed. I'm so sorry.
No, but I love that.
I don't know
Mickey
what
Mouse.
the fuck.
Like that is the barometer of like what you sound like, what people could sound like. We don't want silent, and we also don't want Mickey Mouse. So like, there is this middle space that's safe.
Yeah,
there's a Venn diagram.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
You don't be
the more you know.
Way too animated.
Exactly, and I feel like with him, it was just like I like knowing, I like telling the guy like what's happening, like, oh, keep going there, like, you know what I mean, like talking, and then also you can tell like sometimes where you'll start like saying something and you're like, oh, he doesn't want a dirty little slut right now.
No, he wants a pretty little princess.
Exactly. Or he doesn't want a good girl. He wants a fucking like a bitch right now. Like you can tell what they're into or like what they're vibing with, and so I'll pick up on that. But when they get quiet, you're
like, what do you need from me?
What do you need? And if I'm not feeling the guy and he gets quiet, I just say dumb shit. I just go ham.
What do you say?
I just get bored. Like, I'm kind of just like, oh, you awakened her. Like, get the goddess. Like, just
get the goddess.
Get the goddess. Like, jump up on it. Oh, grab the spirit. Like, just straight up.
That's crazy.
One time, I literally at Nathan's wedding, was talking to someone, a mutual guy friend of ours, and he was like, do you remember when you told that guy when you were having sex with him, you were like, fuck me like I'm a horse girl? And I was like, I do remember that story. Just in the sense of like, giddy up, like get up in there, like pony.
Yeah.
Fuck me like I'm a horse girl. Like just ride the saddles. Like I was bored. I just wanted, it's like the same way that I've called out my own name during sex. Just
you
to
called
be like,
out your own name during sex. You're like, Rose, you're great at this.
I earned that orgasm. That man did nothing.
Wow.
I've called out the wrong name.
Was it by accident or was it on purpose?
No, it was on purpose. It was on purpose. And then this was Ronnie the Republican.
Fair.
And I remember once I did it, I came, and then I told him, tell me before you're about to come. And then right as he was about to, I dismounted. I was like, no Republican's ever going to come in me. Sure, you can come in and out. And then he was livid. And I was like,
was he
sorry.
white?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was.
I can't envision you having sex with a white man.
It's okay. Neither can the white man, apparently, that I have sex with. Because they say crazy ass shit to me all the time.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh, God. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was really fun. But like, I will just say crazy shit. But then Duke, it was like, you know, he was a little more quieter, but he even said it. He was like, I love how, he was like, I was loving everything you were saying. So I was kind of like, letting you just be the show. And I was like, okay, Duke.
You're like, I love being the show.
I'm shy.
So are you guys texting and talking right now? Like, what's the situation?
Yeah, kind of. He's traveling a lot. He travels a lot for work. Okay. And so I think he like went out of the country or something. But like, you know, we texted, same thing. Send me that mixtape, the playlist. Send him the playlist. A little more communicative. We had breakfast the following day too.
I love a breakfast like after sex. In the morning, you know.
Yes.
I love like let's get breakfast together.
Yeah.
So fun.
It was so fun and so sweet. It was funny though, like, but when we were saying goodbye, it like got awkward because it was kind of one of those things where I was like,
a handshake, like, okay,
yeah,
we
almost
just fucking fucked and had breakfast, and I don't know when I'll see you again.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's when I feel really weird because I'm like, I should kiss. Like we kissed, obviously,
because you've just been like making out and smushing and doing all these things. Like, do we kiss goodbye? Like, but
you also don't want to like
do too much.
But he was truly.
I don't miss it.
Yeah, the girl, you're not. It's
hard.
It's that. I think everything was. Don't get me wrong. The entire experience was lovely and amazing. It was just that millisecond of a moment of like the where I was like, damn, this is the part I don't like.
Yeah.
Especially because I have come so far in the reckoning of that sometimes my masculinity side comes out with, you know, how nonchalant I am with sex, that here I am trying to be a little more tender and these like I stayed a little longer in Duke's bed, still went home because I was like, I'm tired. I want to go sleep in my own bed.
Right, fair.
And take a shower and like, we're getting breakfast in the morning, so like bye. But I'm still trying to be a little more, you know, kind of ladylike in a lot of these choices.
How do you do that to be ladylike besides just staying in their bed a little longer?
Being like kissing them goodbye, hugging them, not trying to like, you know.
That's ladylike?
I feel like it, right? I'm not trying to dap them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's, you know, letting them take the lead, I guess. But then I also, did he
pay for the bill? Like, did he?
He paid for the bill.
Okay, good. That's a step. That's a step. Yeah.
Steff, you don't understand. There was like a moment where I was like, I don't know why. I got mad because I was like, what the fuck?
For him paying?
Yeah, because you know me and my weird independence where I was like, so there was like about 4 seconds as we were like, we paid and we were walking to our table where I was just like, let it go, Rose, let it go, Rose. Like, it's fine. You don't owe him anything. This is never things. And he was like, you good? And I was like, I'm fine. Like, I was like able to like, but yeah, my hyper independence, that's going to be the death of me, jokingly. You know what I mean?
I mean, I kind of want to unpack that a little bit.
My hyper independence?
Yeah, because I mean, we know it's like from your parents and how you were raised and stuff, but just like in that moment when you were getting like upset with yourself and you're like, oh, like you don't owe him anything. Like, what do you mean by that?
I actually do want to ask you this too, just because I feel like understanding someone who, there's so many things I love about you. One of the things I love about you is how you easily just embrace your femininity. I mean, like, look at the room that we're in. You know what I mean? Like, you love pink. And you love, like.
But I'm not, like, crazy hyper feminine.
Exactly, but you embrace it at least.
Okay.
You're like, okay, you don't seem to, like, you know me, I kind of fight it sometimes. And I'm like, ew, gross, what is this? And you're kind of like, Rose, this is fine. Like, you don't have to go, like you said, you don't have to go overboard and be like fucking Barbie, but there's like levels to just embracing it. And I feel like I can tap into the feminine divine in the sense of like creativity and stuff. But like when it comes to dating, men tell me they like my hyper independence until they see that they can't break it. And then it's almost like they're like, okay, great, thank you. And just like disappear almost. So it's something that I'm like realizing has truly been an issue in relationships is how hyper independent I am and how a guy wants to feel needed and wanted and like, and I am trying while simultaneously though, because I feel like this is where the problem lies. In the times where I have been like, okay, I can bend a little bit and be a little more like, okay, I can depend on you and depend on you. I get accused of you want a relationship. And I'm like, okay, I can't fucking win. You know what I mean? Oh, you're trying to trap me. Oh, you want to share your emotions and your feelings? Like, you want to be my boyfriend. You want to be my girlfriend.
But those
are
just those are just not the right ones, though.
True. But because it's happening so commonly or so often, I guess.
I feel like that would happen to me too. People would I feel like guys would assume like, oh, she just wants to get into a relationship right away. When I'm like, maybe, I want a relationship, but I'm not, it doesn't mean I want it with you just yet. But looking back, they just were not emotionally mature. Yeah. Because I think an emotionally mature guy is not going to be weirded out by that. Or maybe you're misinterpreting it. Like, if they are like, oh, you want a relationship, is it like, are they saying in that cadence of just like, oh my God, like they're scared? Or is it just like, they're just curious, you know? Because that matters too. If they're just acting scared, they're just showing their cards in that moment. Like, why are you scared, bro? You know? Because you should just stand on what it is that you want. Even if you didn't want a relationship or you do, whatever it is. But it's like, them being fearful is a red flag in general. But if they do bring it up and like, oh, you're someone who wants a relationship, it's like, how is that coming across? How are they saying it? Because that could be said in so many different ways.
Yeah. Yes. No, you're, I'm processing it as you're saying that because it is, they say it and then sometimes they just.
Because are you projecting something onto them if they're saying it and they're not even actually like acting scared? Are you projecting? Because even just you saying, he's like, oh, I could be your Seattle boyfriend. You're like, oh, you know, like, do you hear certain things and it just triggers you? Or,
I mean, yes, there are things, but I also know that I don't want a relationship. I do enjoy let's say I don't want a emotional partner right now, because I do enjoy these tiny relationships that I have, right? And these like little trysts and these little like love affairs and stuff like that. That part I am learning to enjoy, especially as I've gotten older. But the commitment to someone emotionally and physically, the monogamy of it all, I just am not ready for. So there are times where I do think the guys think that of me, but really are thinking that of themselves. Like most of the time when a guy is like, you want a relationship, I'm like, you want one, sir, and you're just trying to blame me.
But is it like that? Like, how often does that happen?
I feel like for one Miller, you know, like there was definitely like, I feel like a thing of him towards the end being like, and me being like, no, bro, I'm completely okay with where this is. And then,
I feel like there was a little scared, emotionally immaturity on his end though. So that, like, again, red flag. Like
1000%.
Yeah,
I mean, that man did not know how to handle
anything.
I mean, any like, you know, the smallest inconvenience, that man shut down. So I can't have that man in my life, especially because I'm like, a house fire is a very calming thing in the trauma that is my existence, right? So there was that. And then I feel like, to an extent, Mississippi, just because I feel like there was so much of that, like, you want a relationship, and me being like, no, sir, I think you're misdiagnosing that, like, this could just be a really cool friendship. Yeah. And, like, obviously we could take sex off the table because that's what's fucking with your head, sir. Mm-hmm. But you only know relationships in a very Southern sense, where it's like love is like for friends and family, or love is for family and friends and then a girlfriend. And you don't understand that there's a massive
whole gray area
of love that you're like missing out on opportunities, and that you assume because you've had sex with someone they can't go back to being your friend. Although difficult, it is doable, which him and I are doing. But I mean, he 1000% has like taken accountability, being like, yeah, I was 100% projecting on you. Not that he wanted a relationship, but he was just like, I could see a potential of this going further than what he was prepared for. But I was like, yeah, but you're leaving out my consent in that, where I also would have been like, bro, we can stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then with, I think, Jack, it was like kind of the same thing, where I feel like he made that boyfriend comment, and then like maybe my reaction was not the kindest and it made him feel some type of way. But, you know, I think ghosting someone is just so immature and just kind of like,
I feel like the common denominator is like emotionally immature situations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we're
talking about hyper feminine. How do we get here?
Well, because we were talking about how I feel like my independence, my hyper independence, is not feminine. But I do think my hyper independence, in a weird way, sometimes is feminine, because I am a caretaker at the end of the day, and that my hyper independence isn't something that I just benefit from. It's something that I spill onto all my friends and family. Like I'm like, what can I do? How can I help you? How can I take care of you? Yeah. So it's difficult, and
it makes me think hard. Like, what is femininity? You know, and that's a whole thing. It's like, I don't feel like it's like, obviously there's masculine energy and there's feminine energy, but I don't feel like it's so black and white like that. Mm-hmm. You know. I don't know. Like, it's a whole spectrum. Yeah. But what does that spectrum look like?
Exactly.
It's like a food for thought moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean to us? Like, I think we all have like our definition of that.
And I feel like that's why, you know, someone who is two-spirited or non-binary, where it's this idea of like, you know, femininity, masculinity is 100% like very much like a societal thing, where it's like we play into these gender roles and like whatnot. And so, I mean, you know, looks like a Sporty Spice is actually kind of a baby Scary Spice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's some sensitivity under there and stuff. So it is, tomboy femme is something that I feel like I lean to very much. It's why I feel like I was really identifying with like Beatrice and like Sydney when watching like Love Island, is that those girls were being accused of being like hyper, like, you know, lesbian coded type girls. And I was like, no, I just think that they're just like on their shit.
Yeah. I mean, even be like an after sun, her friend was telling her, like, oh, yeah, people think you're a lesbian. She's like, bro, I'm not fucking lesbian. I love dick. It's like, just like, I'm just a fucking tomboy. Like, fuck, you know?
And it's so annoying. And you know what's crazy is how all the lesbians were like, yeah, no, she's not, though. Like, the same way that every time I tell my friends, I'm like, people think I'm a lesbian. And the lesbians are like, Rose, you're not. And I'm like, see, you can't even, they don't even want me on their team, you know?
Yeah, this might be a hot take, but I also feel like that same goes for Bryce and Zach, right? Everyone is like kind of shipping them in this like gay relationship, but I'm like, bro, I think it's okay if like men just are affectionate with each other. It's not like they're fucking making out and all these things. They're just like, they're just cool with each other, you know? And we shouldn't shame guys for doing that because it looks a little bit feminine.
It's silly.
You know?
Him humping him, kind of funny and weird.
Yeah, like just
but that's so dude.
Right. But really though, honestly, as someone who grew up with brothers, you just do weird shit.
You just do weird shit and then you just go, oh, that was too far. My bad. And then you have like an awkward moment and then you can carry on.
Right.
If anything.
But girls could go make out with their friends and that'd be fine.
No one said anything during the heart rate challenge.
Right.
The Casa versus.
And that's
they're
a
all
little bit more
out.
Fucking gay than anything else.
Yes. Or like the idea of how the girls were literally on top of each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, Melanie was like, can you hold my hand, Anaya? And like, I'm shaking. Yeah. Like, can you comfort me? Like, that's expected of women. I think men need to do that more. Yeah. Especially Carl, our good dog, Carl.
Good man.
That's a good man, Savannah.
When him releasing the moth.
Oh, yes, that.
I was like, what a prince.
What a prince.
Yes, like he
was like rubbing Dylan's back when he was talking about the gal Kenzie situation. He just like tapped him because he could tell his voice was cracking.
Aww.
And it was just like, that's a.
Yeah, and I will say Bryce and Zach, water signs.
Oh, yeah, they're babies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they're just a little like, just water. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
that's why him and Trinity work out so well.
Yeah, because Trinity is Libra and she's just,
Yeah, she's just kind of like, ugh, whatever. Yeah. Come here, babe. Like,
right,
you know what I mean? Like, she's also someone who, I would let, she exterior, super feminine.
Yes.
Super feminine. But when she gets to
masculine
energy of just being like, no, I'm talking to him. Shut up. Like, just that, but that gets... It takes anger to get that masculinity out. And I think that's where the divide lies sometimes, unfortunately, in the society, where she is feminine until someone pisses her off. And then you're like, yeah, anger is the most masculine thing sometimes, which is super unfortunate.
Yeah.
We never associate it with femininity. And so I think that's like why, you know, she is only going to be looked at as a very feminine girl is because she's willing to, like, you know, wear the dresses and the cute stuff and things. But... God, I wrote her off, and now I'm like...
I know, you're like, I don't like her. I
was like, I don't like her.
Yeah, but I love her.
I love her.
I really do love her. Like, she's that bitch.
And so poised.
So poised, so cool, so real. So
even when she's yelling, she's very poised. She's like, I am pointing, I am talking to you, not you. I'm
direct.
Fuck
out my way.
Yes.
Yeah. I know, me and Nina were like doing our chart through the Islanders.
Clever. Who were you most compatible with?
So we decided that my sun is in Kata.
Fair.
My rising is in, oh my God. My rising is in, fuck, do I need to call her? I think my rising is Melanie.
For sure. Okay, I
can
see that.
And my moon is in Anaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And Kata's an Aquarius, which I like later found out afterwards. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Sun, yeah. But like, yeah, but there is a bit of like, I don't know how to explain it. Because Anaya is like sweet, but when she's angry, you're like, I'm not scared of you.
Yes, she is a very,
but she's also
a teddy bear.
And she's also like a bit delusional in La La Land.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could be like that. But I'm also a Melanie where like, I think there is a part of me, you catch me on the wrong day. I think first off, because a rising sign is basically the first impression. Mm-hmm. So I feel like off the bat, first impression, I would probably seem more like a Melanie, where it's like very cool, whatever. But like you think that she would, because you think I'd probably be like psycho or fiery, but I'm actually like just very chill.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Kata's like that. Kata's very chill. And then your moon is like who you are, like in your core, not in your core, but like, sun's down. They
Yep.
say at nighttime by yourself. Like, I think I'm a lot like Anaya.
Alone in your thoughts. Yeah.
I think. Right?
No.
Does that feel accurate?
Well, that's the thing is I feel like it would be a Kata or Anaya switch. That's why
Yes.
it makes so much sense is because I do think that you are.
I'm not as feisty as Kata.
No. And
Well,
I think
I'm
are.
stubborn as fuck, though. And I think that's Melanie.
That's the word.
Because you're like, I always think I'm Melanie when I was with Morgan.
Yes.
Or like just even my dating life in general before Brian.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just like, dude, you see it right in front of you. This man ain't it. This man is not it. We're telling you, we're showing you, and you know. And she knows.
And she knows.
She fucking knows.
She knows.
But it's just like, but I love him.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point where you're really fucking done. And that was me, But I don't know. But I was a lot like her.
No, I can 100% see that. And I just think also because the Kata of it all, like you, is the surprises. Like you said, people think I'm A, but I'm really, E, F, G, H,
Right.
all these other things that you don't could associate with. Like you said, you're like, no, I'm actually super chill and relaxed and like, not
I
as,
mean, like the sun side's basically like who you are when you're shining. It's like it's really who you are, your ego and stuff like that. I feel like, at least for me, my impression of Kata is like she's fun, she's chill, but she like could be a little feisty, but not.
You saw those videos of her fighting,
right? Exactly. Which, I don't know if I would. No, actually, I remember this girl wanted to fight me in high school because I started dating her guy, which I didn't even know they were together because he lied to me. He was sincere, basically.
Oof.
And a whole school started running because she approached me like talking shit. The whole school, like lunchtime when there's a fight, everyone just like runs in the quad and they're like surrounding you. That was what happened. And she was like, I'm gonna like beat you up, da da da. And mind you, I was like very tiny back then, and she was just like a lot bigger than me. Sorry, I don't mean to like shame, but she was like taller. She was just like a bigger person than me. And so I was like, this bitch could fucking beat my ass, basically. Like she could fucking beat my ass. Like she was a lot tougher, and I was just like, meh, meh, meh. Yeah. But I talked her out of it. And I was like, look, we shouldn't be mad at each other. We should be mad at him.
You were Penny Pratt from the Proud Family being like, rumors are hurting somebody. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
you did the musical number and everything. And then she was like, we're best friends.
And I was just like 14 years old, like women's rights over here. I'm like, we should not be mad at each other.
We have a common enemy.
Yeah,
His
we
name
have
is sincere.
Right. Basically, like, why are we beefing? Like, why do you want to beat me up? I don't fucking, like we should be mad at him. Me and you should be mad at him.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, but it like all backfired because she's like, you're right. But she did the thing where it was like, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. She was like, oh, we're best friends now. And she would literally follow me every single day, like at lunch, brunch, whatever it was called. And she would just always hang out with me just to make sure
you weren't wilding out. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like that, Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, I broke up with a dude. I was like, this is not even worth it.
Yeah, no,
truly,
sorry.
like, it's a lot of just, I don't really care that much, to be honest. It's too much fucking labor.
No man is worth jail time or stress like that,
like,
girl.
Oh, my God. But anyways, I don't know if Kata would do that, but that was me. Anyways, I didn't get into fights.
Kata would be,
I didn't get into fights. But that's different because that was, like, racism.
Yeah, she was fighting corny white girls that were making fun of her in high
Which
school.
I think I would have done if someone was being really racist towards me. I probably would have like had that anger and been like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
I
mean, without a doubt.
Without a doubt, I would. I would fight for something like that.
Exactly.
But not for a stupid fucking man like Sincere.
No.
Like that's not worth it to me. If I'm gonna fucking fight, it better be worth it.
Yes. Exactly.
Like it better be,
Which is why I think also that movie night was so entertaining is because all the dudes were like, damn, Sincere, that looks bad.
Yeah,
and
like,
they just all got quiet. And the same way with Kenzie. All the girls were like, yeah, Kenzie, that looked bad.
Yeah.
Like, we can't even,
But at least, like, look, I'm not trying to defend Kenzie because Kenzie is a whole other thing.
Fascinating.
But, like, at least she wasn't, like, outwardly lying.
Yes.
Like, she wasn't, like, making any promises. Like, I feel like Sincere is someone who would, like, sell you the world and tell you how much you're amazing. Like, he really acts like, oh, like this, you're the one. Like, he's saying those things, versus Kenzie is just like,
No,
No, you're right. You know,
because
she's all touchy. She's
Caleb,
like, yeah.
Keep in mind, the day they were supposed to write love letters was the one that she was like, respectfully. But the day she was supposed to write love letters, and after she had made out with Corbin in the bedroom, was like, no, I'm thinking about our connection. Like, I think it's our connection. It's our connection.
No, she's like, never mind. She's okay.
But I with her, I think I told you, like, the way she there's nothing I think more humbling sometimes than when you realize you made a man cry, and when she realized how hurt, like seeing your actions. And that was like what it took Casey and Sincere to literally watch the videos, even Corbin, to watch the videos to understand the extent. Hers was just watching it in like real time, where like Dylan was like, that fucking hurt. And she was like, and you could see it, she was like, what have I done?
Oh my God,
like, it just like drained her in a way. I unfortunately don't think that's healthy though. Like, I think she's almost staying with Dylan out of guilt than actually real feelings for him, which I think is not as bad as lying and doing her 3 trial, but I think it is one of those things where I feel like she should respectfully be like, bro, Dylan, I do like you, and I feel bad that I hurt your feelings, but this is making me remind me that maybe you aren't the one, because you did hurt his feelings, hold that accountable. But I don't actually feel like she cares for him. I think she's sad that she hurt him.
Yes, I know. I think for me, if this was like not on television, I would be like, yeah, girl, that's kind of fucked, which like it is no matter what. But I could imagine, I put myself in their shoes, and you, not only are you seeing your actions being just fucking all recorded and edited and shown to you, you know, like of just a fucking montage. But it's like another level of understanding that, the rest of the country, social media, everything, all this stuff is just being, it's out there. Yeah. That's how I'm looking. So
and she realized that.
Yes. So it's like, in my head, I'm thinking, it's almost a way to like clean up your image. Let me just calm down. Because we do the thing, right? The patriarchy thing. Okay, make a hoe into a housewife.
Yep.
I'm not that anymore. I'm going to like settle down with this nice guy who cried.
Yes.
You know, just because I'm already looking horrible.
Yep.
But you're right. And the honorable thing to do would just be like, actually, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to continue to string you along, because that's clearly what I've been doing to everyone else. And I need to just be single. But I understand there's also the other side of it. They want to stay in the house.
Yeah. They want to stay famous.
You know, so it's just, I could see that being such a confusing thing, especially when you're so young and you're in this bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine. And I'm not trying to give any excuses for her, but I'm just I'm assuming that's what her mindset is.
And who knows? This could be the episode where now they vote that they're the most they're most, insincere, insincere couple.
I mean, just to like for context, it is Friday, July 3rd. So we just did this. Last night was just the movie part two of the movie night. So we haven't even seen tonight's episode and what's happening, because I know things change every single fucking day. So that's where we are.
Parmesan might not even be on the show.
Oh,
who
God.
knows?
Parmesan.
Oh, Jesus, don't get me started. She just reminds me so much of those girls that I like didn't go to high school with, but I would see went to like our rival nice high school. Do you know what I mean?
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
You know?
I weirdly understand that.
Do you get what
and
I'm trying
I
to say?
agree. Yeah, she's someone that like you weren't friends with, but you did see at your rival high school, or you did see at like those high school parties, you know, that went to a different school, but you're always like that. They're so fascinating.
Yeah, you're like, who invited her?
Who invited you? But also, huh?
Yeah,
like
the biggest physical body like a $sign, mind like a question mark.
And then you're like weirdly fascinated, because you're like, your life is probably so perfect because you have all the things. I mean, no one's life is perfect, right? But like there's no substance. So you just only see such a like Instagram photo of them in real life. Like even if you see them in person, you're like, I feel like I'm looking at an Instagram post. You know, like I'm looking at a thirst trap.
She is the girl that writes the thoughtful caption for the girls not to judge her, and it's under a thirst trap for the men to like.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She's like, I'm deep how shallow I am. You know what I mean? Not all lost are wandering.
It's a Drake quote.
It is a 1,000% or a Summer Walker quote.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No,
Ari Lennox.
it's definitely going to be a Drake quote.
For sure, because she wants the men to play into it. Yeah. Oh my God. She drinks passion fruit because she heard about it once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's, I find her so interesting because it is one of those things where I'm just
someone who would never, I know you do this, never fart in front of her boyfriend. She would never fart, burp, or even she wouldn't even admit that she poops.
I don't think she's capable. I don't think that actually happens to her body. I don't think it's a thing that is real. But then it's like, there's just something about her because she's so. What confuses me, and she's
beautiful.
She's stunning, babes.
Fucking beautiful.
But the thing that confuses me the most is how much she flip flops on the show.
Yeah.
She shit talks about the girls, and then afterward is like, the guys ain't shit.
Closed off. I want to be closed off. And
yeah. And everyone's acting like they're married. Bitch, you literally dug your heels into Corbin. And I understood. There was like some girl who had a hot take, which was the age difference between them because she's like 27, 26 or something. Okay. And he's 22. And so she's like, that's the perfect age to like manipulate a boy his age. And that's like, and it's like, you know how everyone was like, Gabe doesn't even realize that Bia's missing a leg. It's like, I don't think Parmesan realizes. It's so disrespectful. I keep calling her Parmesan. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. That she doesn't realize that Corbin's only 22.
Yeah, she probably didn't even ask him for his age.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's hot and he's perfect.
And he's taller than her. So it's fine.
And it's fine. And it's what I think is so fascinating is, you know, a lot of the show has to do with editing. I don't think there's a lot that they edit to make her look like that.
Because I don't think she's giving that much.
When she said, I want you to know me. And he's like, okay, what should I know? And she's like,
sisters.
I'm the oldest. And he's like, okay, what else? And she's like, you should just know things about me. Give the man something.
But I think that's what he likes, though, because he's like, he is AI. You know?
Smooth brain.
Yeah, like it's just
not a wrinkle in that brain.
Right.
It's just good old time. He is a glazed donut.
He's just a fucking robot.
But here's my thing about him that I find so fascinating.
Yeah.
Corbin's 22. In the cake challenge, he was the first one to be like, yo, I fucked up. Like, he did apologize. He was like, he didn't even need, this was before movie night. Yeah. Keep that in mind. He was like, he did actually genuinely give an apology. And I understand that people are like, I feel fake and everything. I was like, no, we as a society need to understand that apologies are met with actions. He has avoided the girls since he apologized.
Yeah.
He has been like, look, it's going to be me and my girl Parmesan. Okay. I'm going to roll out with her and that's all it is. Okay. The cheese stands alone.
Right.
So he did apologize and he made a stupid comment during fucking movie night where he was like, I don't understand what he did wrong. We all understand what Casey wrong. It literally, the girls were just saying, it's not about exploring. It's about the fact that you kept disrespecting us.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it. Even Megan Thee Stallion was being nice where she was like, there's a way to explore without being a dick. Like, anyways, thing about Corbin though, this man went on this show, and this is, I think, very true about a lot of young guys that go on Love Island. When they go on at that age and they watch the show and they see what a villain they can become and things, they always turned out to be the more emotionally intelligent men or the guys that seem to be relatively normal or just get, like, they turn into these, like, uncle type guys. You know what I mean? But there's something about Corbin being 22 on this show and then having, like, basically the entire America not root for you and, like, but get to that point where you realize, like, no, I really should apologize to Kenzie and, like, to all the girls that I offended and, like, damn, like, I'm taking heat. I'm taking all of it, you know. But I don't know. I can see the experiment that is this show work on him.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's great for television. But I will say, like, especially in the beginning, I feel like you kind of already knew he'd be a fuckboy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not, like, trying to justify his actions, but I'm not maybe as mad at him because I'm like, oh, you kind of approach things like that already. And I think even the girls were able to see it, you know? But I think in comparison to Sincere, who just try to come off as like, oh, look at me, you know?
Look at my moonstones. I know what a rose court is. Let me like burn you with some sage.
Exactly.
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
That's why I feel like, you know, I think Corbin is a good villain, but
because he's self-aware.
Yes, there's a self-awareness in there, but he's still AI.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Like,
I mean, AI.
He's such a Virgo. That's why he's so AI. No, that's the Virgos, but like the unhealed ones. You know, the 22-year-old ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's, to your point. Like, he really is the one that is like, okay, let me actually think back and be like, what? I did do something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, he is, unlike Sincere, who I'm just like, bro, let it go. Like, physically, just, like, stop.
He's like, I'm still going to try to, like, work together. No, I think at this point.
Don't pick her. Pick Mora. Honestly, do not pick, please, for the love of God, do not pick Melanie. You have to say it like, Melanie. Like, you, just let her go.
Yeah.
Just pick Mora, and I, in a weird way, will have so little respect for him. But just, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. We'll see. We might look dumb or stupid or smart later.
And that's just my thing, is that boy wants to be loved so badly.
So bad.
He wants a Sincere in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, he really wants to be loved and, like, told that he's a pretty, pretty princess. Like, that boy is truly someone that I can, like...
It's weird because when I look at him, I, like, see his, like, 13-year-old self. There's something about him that screams, I'm going through puberty.
Yes. Is it his metaphors that he can never seem to land?
Epitome.
Edamame. Who cares?
No, it's like in his. It's not even like in his words. It's just in his demeanor.
It's his face.
It's like, yeah, like I see a grown man, but then like beyond the grown man, I could envision how he looked like as a 13-year-old, because I think his aura and his like demeanor is so much of that that I could actually physically see it in his face. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
How
it's how someone looks like an old soul or acts like an old soul, and like is the opposite. He's a very young soul.
And it almost feels like, to me, was there something traumatizing at that age that like kind of stunted him like that? I don't know. I might just be projecting or just assuming things, but to me it just feels like you feel like a child. But he's also still really young. How old is he?
He's 24, 20, right?
Makes sense.
24, 25.
24 in men years.
I have to know this,
20
though.
years old in women years.
Okay, but I actually have to look up their ages because I do think that I'm not giving them enough credit, in the sense that I'm like, what are they? Love is Land, season 8 ages.
He's 25.
Oh my God. His frontal vortex has closed. First of all, the fact that Trinity is 22 and Corbin's also 22 should just tell you the difference between men and women when they...
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just,
he's a 25-year-old, so in women years, that's a 20-year-old.
Yep. Also, Kata is 22.
Damn.
Need people to know that, too. Anaya's 23.
God, they're so young.
KC's 23.
God, they're so young.
So this should just put things in perspective. Also, Jen, our favorite secret assassin.
Yeah.
I need her to wear glasses more. Because apparently her wearing glasses, it's like the reverse. You know, like when the girl becomes like pretty, she takes glasses off. No, Jen became gorgeous the second that bitch put on glasses. Because she was like, she looked like a young Dr. Ruth on the couch being like, girls, Sincere just felt rejected by all of us.
She's too emotionally mature for this show, but love her. Wait, well, how old is she though?
23.
Wow.
Yeah. 23.
Fuck, if I was 23 years old on this show.
Gal's 30?
Oh, fuck.
That man's 30?
Okay, I could see that.
Why
see that? He's born in the 1900s.
I need him to leave.
What?
I need him to leave.
Well, we have to think about it. A man's 30-year-old age is a 25-year-old woman.
I know, but I need him to leave. Okay, I'm only saying that
30
because...
is still young, no?
No, but I need him to leave because I don't like him.
Okay.
I need him to leave just because there's something about him.
I forget about him. I'm just like, oh yeah, there's that Los Feliz guy. Like, he looks like Silver Lake.
He is. He's a Silver Lake coffee shop owner, apparently.
Oh, I thought it was Venice.
Venice. There you go. Venice,
but same
dude.
thing.
Oh my God. Jen's greatest quote ever. If I wanted to get rejected by a Venice beach guy, I would have stayed in L.A.
1,000%.
Give me a t-shirt that says that. Jen, what a great quote. I need you to know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl's 28.
That makes sense.
Permina's 27. That is a problem to me. The fact that Corbin's 22 and you're 27, that's fascinating to me.
She doesn't actually like him. She just likes that he's hot and they just look like an Instagram couple and she wants to stay on the show. Like, I truly, like, I can't with her.
I mean, any time a contestant has gone on and been like, oh, we were DMing, that's embarrassing. Why are you admitting that you were DMing him?
Yeah.
And he just basically kind of forgot about you. And she's like, yeah, and then we just fell off. No, we didn't. Because you remembered and he didn't.
Yeah.
So that's saying something. Dylan's 24. I thought he was a little older. Jaden's also 24. I always forget that she's there, except her pink guy, which I hope someone takes care of it.
Jaden, the one that's with Caleb. God,
yep.
I forgot.
Also, have you seen The Secret, Caleb and Melanie? Like that.
Yeah, people have been shipping them. Let's not do that, you guys.
Wait, why? Oh, tell me why.
Because what do you mean? I have never seen any fucking like.
Have you not seen their like little in-betweens that someone like went around and there's times where they've pulled each other for chats behind other people's chats and they have like they have a secret handshake?
Okay.
And then like, well, I'm just saying that like people look, I'm reporting this.
I know,
I'm reporting live.
But I'm not giving you that.
Like,
I'm just saying in general.
But
okay?
the people think it's giving very much like a you don't know what's under. And he even made that comment where he was like, dude, Amora's kind of hot. Like, I'm, kind of looking at her and I'm really hoping that he does explore that. But apparently there is this thing where there's like, there have been people speculating and saying like, yeah, no, they seem to have had, unlike a Nick and Orlandria, because Nick actually made that like first
that
move.
was that I see, because there was obviously, even though it did feel random, there was at least some sort of flirting
and there was a going for it in the original challenge where it was like kiss the person that you actually wanted to try and kiss and whatever. So there was that. And I just feel like with Caleb and that one, I just think those ones are just always so entertaining to me, and I always love the out of left field types.
I think people are romanticizing something that isn't actually happening.
Well,
maybe they pulled for chats. I think at one point everyone has to like
have to do that, yeah.
But I think, I don't know, to me, I could be wrong, but I truly think that people are just so just hate her and Sincere together that they're like wanting to do this thing of this pressure on her, but like, oh, but there's a good man right there. Like they're romanticizing the situation and just really want the happy ending, because we always want the happy ending, right? We think of fairy tales. She finds the good man that loves her, kind of like the Anaya and the fucking Carl, whatever.
I love Carl.
Like I think they're trying to do that with Caleb, and I just don't fucking see it.
That's fair.
Like, I just don't.
That's fair. And I also do think,
see
though,
it?
I mean, I see it.
Like you fell for the edits?
What it fell for the edits, but I see it as if I'm like putting my producer brain on and was like, because my theory comes from the reason why this is, quote, working on the internet is this is just proof that you and I were talking about before. The difficult thing about this season is it was really hard to start rooting from someone from the jump, right? Because it was just such a weird pairing. And even before Casa Amor, it was very much like, I don't like any of these couples. I don't really believe Trinity and Bryce. Like, I'm not that crazy about Case. So it was like, I think it was everyone just finding it so hard to have anyone to root for. Everyone was rooting for individual players. And this is a team sport. This is doubles.
Yes.
So I think that's why people are buying into it, is because they want to root for something, because right now they're kind of like, Kata and Zach aren't really selling it. Yes, we have Anaya and Carl for sure, but you need to get your top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I think that plays a part.
That's the only reason why I feel like it's a great, like, Hail Mary, like, kind of attempt.
But it just kind of goes along with, like, well, everyone else still feels a little bit, like, meh. So, like, is it really that much of a strong point?
Yes. But it is also kind of like, the last-ditch effort of last season was Maya, Papaya, and Brian. And when Brian...
I didn't fucking believe that shit.
I didn't either,
we were rooting for Maya, not Brian.
Exactly. And that is the problem, I think, is that everyone's rooting for individuals and not couples right now.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so
no,
that
I agree
is
with
why
1000%.
I feel like they're trying to be like, well, here's two people that everyone seems to be rooting for.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they deserve to belong together, but everyone wants Caleb to be happy. Everyone wants Melanie to be happy. Make them kiss.
Just make them,
you know?
Yeah.
But and then the whole thing about why Mamaya and Papaya and Brian even did it is when Brian stood up for her and was like, you guys are corny for thinking this girl showing you that she cares or likes you is like unattractive. Where he's like, she's just being a sassy Latina. Like she's just being a sassy
culture,
lover.
yeah.
She's just, this is culturally how these women ride.
Imagine if like Amaya was in this season, because there's a lot of like very like Latin community, like that there was really not as much of that representation in that her season.
What's her name at the very end? But she was like super quiet and demure. What's her name? Oh God, the one that they try to hook up with Jeremiah.
Oh, Adrina.
Yeah. That was it, but she was like a very different,
Yeah.
like she was like, oh no, you're doing too much. She was like,
yes,
you know, but no, you're right. I feel like it would be really nice for her to see someone like she would have eaten a Sincere up though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Amaya Papaya would have literally been like,
this season, you know what this season is missing? This is a controversial take, but I feel like it's an ace.
Like, you don't think Nick and KC and Sincere are basically
no, because no.
You mean in the sense of Ace being messy?
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
Like, because Ace was just being like, yo, this person, like, look, Ace is
he was stirring the pot.
He was stirring the pot. And he also was just like, no bullshit, you know, versus like, I feel like the guys are a little bit bullshitty, or they're just a nice guy, or they're just bullshitty, you know? And I think Corbin's kind of a little bit of an outright asshole, but like Ace was just straight up like, nah, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah. I will say, Bryce has very interesting tendencies like that, because what he does, he tells everything to Trinity.
Yeah.
Okay, so the boys and I were talking. That's why I really
Bryce
like
loves the Kiki.
Exactly.
He's like one of the girls.
And he knows that he is safe if he tells Trinity, because Trinity goes into the makeup room and is like, do you guys know that they were going to get rid of Kenzie because of the less, you know what I mean? Like, he knows that he has a safe thing, but he's kind of like a lowercase
yes,
Ace. You know what I mean? That he's like, so I heard.
He's
you
like,
know what I mean?
Yeah, 1,000. He's a Cancer.
What do I love about my Cancers? I will stir the pot standing behind the person that will protect me if it boils over.
Yes.
That's their default position.
That's it. Yeah.
Just like a, you know.
I wonder what Ace's sign is. We're about to end the show, but I just want to like.
I think he has to be like a
like
Sag.
an Aries or something.
An Aries or a Sag. Or maybe a Capricorn, because he is so stubborn.
I feel like I'm getting Aries vibe.
I mean, Aries makes the most sense.
Leo. Yes, Leo. 1,000% a Leo. What the fuck was I thinking?
I mean, he has his name tattooed on his back. We should have known.
That's so true. That's the most Leo thing.
You know, that's why I thought for a second, I was like, KC, he has I love that everyone was like, and still you rise. Like, anytime that he was,
rise.
Of course, I loved
Damn, he's Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Libra Venus. So he's just.
Oh, he messy.
Yeah.
God had to make him a man, because no woman would be friends with that girl. Like, literally, no friends.
No friends.
They'd be like, you're rude.
Right.
We don't like you. Like,
no.
Absolutely not. That man is
nuts.
Yes. Because Leo, women that are just Leos and have things, best. I love me a Leo woman. But to have it be a double Leo with that Libra, justifying your craziness
I will say
too much.
Leah from Love Island, she's a triple Leo. And I love that bitch.
She was a triple Leo? Oh no, man, that's a lot of Leo.
She was feisty, but I loved her. I thought she was
fun.
Yeah,
she was good entertainment.
And I feel like at least she was always like the leader of the pack, but I just think it was like unintentional.
Yeah,
like she just was naturally like that. But I feel like Ace was like forced himself in that position, and I don't know if it's because he's a man.
I was literally about to say that to make this conversation full circle in that sense, the feminine masculinity.
Yeah,
Leah was able to do that feminineness, but then when you like, when Annabelle clicked, it was like, excuse me, let me tell you you know what I mean? Yeah. It was laying shit out. Ace, when getting called out, would be like, I didn't say that. I stand on business. It's like, no,
I don't
bro.
know. I think Ace would own up to. I feel like he owned up to shit, did he? I can't remember.
Remember the stand on business challenge, and he like admitted that he wrote who was it? Like Huda, or he like wrote a question anonymously, and at the reunion, it's when he admitted to it, or like he tried to say that he there was like some stuff where he was like trying to be like, I didn't say it like that, and then they showed the clip and he was like, well, I didn't mean it like that. Like he definitely has some interesting.
He was an interesting person.
He was fascinating.
He was.
But
anyways,
still I rise.
Still I rise.
I just love that they do that to Casey.
All right. Plug yourself.
You can find me Rose_Etta Stone, or the new blogontheblock.com, or Substack Rose McAleese Book Bitch.
Did you plug your Venmo?
Oh, Rose_Etta Stone is my Venmo and my PayPal. So donate.
Fuck all the haters and
Fuck
donate.
all the haters.
Yeah.
If you weren't a hater, maybe I'd give you some money. But you hate, so I won't.
And you already know what it is. Follow me, Stefanie Maegan, or go to brocotherapy.com. All that shit is there. Wait, was it out of the box? Wait, hold on.
Out of the box. Out of the box.
So long. Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye
for now. Until we meet again. Yep.
Until we meet again.
That was a great one.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
1, 2, 3. Growth therapy.